We had a
Mickey.
crazy good, amazing event out here.
Yes.
Amber did a unbelievable job. Her mom, Sherill, we're going to be highlighting all them also. But the first highlight is a straight IPA. We talk about this often that if you want to build a big walkaway income, the retail sales are a piece of that. That's where we all start. That's our cash flow. Some people are really, really good at it. But nobody will into total financial independence. You've got to have leverage. You've either got to leverage money or people. That's the laws of making money. So you've got to build a business of sellers around the world. So Mickey, who is brand new in our company, she heard last week on an IPA call us talking about converting on the front end, meaning before you ever sell the box, when somebody asks for a box. So Mickey was doing her twice a day posting. Mickey's from Fresno, California. And Mickey, what was your friend that lives in North Carolina? What did she actually say to you on Messenger? Mickey, can you
Hello?
hear? Yeah, you got us. What did your friend actually ask you on Messenger on your post? What was her question initially? The very first thing she said.
She wanted to know about the drops. She
Okay,
was interested in the drops. And so
so
I was,
go ahead.
so I was going to get her a box of drops. And she had been watching and asking me some questions. And so I'd been sending her the scripts. But it was amazing how it all worked out. I couldn't even imagine doing it on my own. Everybody was amazing helping out.
So Mickey, we were all sitting around the pool on a Friday afternoon when this occurred, and Mickey just simply says, "Hey, this girl wants to buy a box, but you said you convert on the front end." So we gave her the script. So you replied back to her, "I can sell at 180, but I can do 29.95 and get you four for $100 a box." What exactly did you reply back?
So what I did was I didn't even mention about buying a box. It was just kind of like I had told her about the business. And so then after me hearing what you had said one time about converting them over, I was like, perfect. I'm right here. I have two great, awesome people, Todd and Susan, and three, Amber. But I was like, I need to see if we could do this right now. I need to jump on it right now. And so that's what we did. Susan came over. We sat at the pool, enjoying ourselves and doing business. It was amazing. I was so worked up. I just couldn't even sleep.
So I'm just going to set this up and then hand it off to Susan. And then we have this recorded. Well, we got most of it recorded. It ended up being a 39-minute phone call. So you got 9 minutes of Susan overcoming objections on the recording that Sarah's going to share this morning. So what they did was they called her on Messenger, and Susan has her little 7-8 page PowerPoint that she does her conversions with on boards. So she just shared that PowerPoint. You can share screen on Messenger now. And then Susan showed the presentation, and then this lady had every objection known to mankind. Don't like to do social media, don't like to post, don't think she can do it, don't have the money, wants to try the drop. So, Susan, I'm going to hand it off to you now, and y'all just talk through what all occurred in that 39 minutes and then how it all finalized out. And we lost her.
We did. She was having some technical difficulties there, but she told me to hold on just a second. Todd, in the meantime, do you want to talk about that video while I post the link to that in chat?
Yeah, so the video, we recorded this going on. So it's just, it's just an amateurish recording, but you'll hear hopefully all the hard questions Susan was getting asked. Because what I wanted everybody to understand is Susan got the same hard questions we all get. She just never gave up. She just kept answering question after question after question. And then at the end, this lady signed up with a 30 pack, and it was originally going to be on PayPal Afterpay, where she could, do it out over 6 months. But they couldn't get PayPal to work in the room, so that was another 30 minutes. And she ended up just putting it on her debit card and signing up for 2,300. And then she showed up the next morning for onboarding training, and they got her trained, they got her posting, and she's already started selling. So, Mickey, do you want to say anything there? And if she doesn't show right back up, we'll talk about California so we stay timely this morning.
I believe Leah is on this morning, so I'd like to say hello to her.
Yes.
Everybody congratulate her. She's on this morning.
Yeah.
So Lee, you might be the best person to hear from because you asked for a box of drops, and now you are at top pay in the company, ready to pay off your truck and buy a new one. You want to share? And you will have to mute. That's she's gone from buying a box of drops to being put on the spot speaking to 400 people in 48 hours.
Hey, hey,
This is
what are we doing here? I'm
It's
telling
my
you,
first time too, so.
Leah. Can you all hear me?
We got you loud and clear.
Okay, I do apologize. I'm actually working my other job today, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about all this. And just so you know, I'm delivering my first box today. I borrowed some boxes from somebody so I could start it yesterday, and I'm delivering one at lunch. Um, so it's been pretty exciting, and yes, I had all the questions because I'm a salesperson, so I want to know every single thing, and y'all did a great job of talking me into all that. But I'm very excited for me and for Mickey, and I'm excited. Oh, and I started my brother on the drops this morning too. So we're taking pictures this afternoon, and I pretty much held him down and made him. I'm like, okay, you're gonna do this because you're gonna feel so much better when you do this. But anyway, I can't talk long because I'm working. But I wanted to say hello to everybody, and I really appreciate everything everybody did to help me out this weekend. And I have tons more questions, but the support group is amazing.
Welcome. You and Mickey are going to be superstars here. I have zero doubt in my mind. And the irony of the whole thing is here in California, that this whole conversation occurred, and Mickey lives in the same little town of 10,000 people of Lexington, North Carolina, that Susan Frank does. So they were able to get people already in the business over there to run drops over there before her order came in that were in Susan's team. So we welcome you. It's going to be amazing. Did Susan get back with us?
No,
Okay.
sir, I don't see her.
Hey, we're my feed.
Oh,
We're on Amber's
okay.
phone. Hi.
Okay,
Yeah, so you guys, yeah, my tips are people never know what they want, but you know what's here. So I just kind of lead with that belief, and I always figure out why people want to do this. I figure out their health reasons, and I kind of tap on those a little bit, and then I find out their financial reasons. And then if they've been in networking before, I start trying to get the feedback why they didn't feel that they were successful in that other company. And I use those to kind of counter those objections. Oh, well, you would post before and nobody saw your post. Guess what? We've got something here that addresses that. Our marketing campaign has gone viral, just things like that. Because they are nervous, and Leah will probably say that, like, they are nervous to say, well, why is this different? But I know that I can help people move 30 boxes of drops in under a month. So I have complete confidence, and you should too. If you get one person that can't move that 30 pack in a month, it's kind of rare. And you can lock in with them and start asking them all the things that they're doing. Are they wearing their button? Are they talking to their friends? You know what I mean? If you go look at and stalk their Facebook, a lot of times they're not really doing it right. So you can like interject yourself and help them with that. What do you think, Amber?
No, I think it's great. And I think that Leah, she's been in business before, network marketing. That little bit of time that
Amber and Susan, I think we lost you guys again.
I wanted to say something right quick. This is Leah again.
Go ahead.
My son has called me twice this weekend to tell me that my Facebook has been hacked. And I'm like, no, it is not. Well, Mom, you've been scammed. Something's going on. You need to talk to me. I said, look, I know what I'm doing. Everything is okay. And we'll talk about it later. He even came down to my house this morning before he went to work. Mom, we really need to talk. And I said, we'll talk tonight. I'm busy and I don't have time this morning, and you've got to go to work. But he is convinced that I'm scammed. So it was pretty. This has got to work out.
When you initially messaged Mickey, did you know there was a business, or were you really
I had
just looking?
no idea there was a business. I just knew I don't want to be fat no more.
And then when you and Susan started talking, because I was eavesdropping on that whole conversation, you had mentioned that you have a truck you'd love to pay off, and that was
I would love
that's
to
where the
pay
whole
it off.
conversation started.
Yes, I would love to pay it off.
And so yeah, I'm very excited about all of it, but I just wanted to tell y'all what he had said because he's at work today, still worried about me. Okay. So just so y'all know, but I am very excited about it, and I will be asking tons more questions, and I do appreciate the help so far with this. Okay.
Well, we
And I do
welcome
have,
you.
Todd, I do have one little bit of advice that I said, Mickey, maybe, I mean, Leah, maybe it was you this weekend. It probably was somebody else. I'm not sure. But the people, oh, it was on a call yesterday with Shorty. The lady said, I'm going to go talk to my husband. And I was like, let me talk to your husband now. Where's your husband at? Because the husbands, I hate to say it, and husbands here, I don't mean to offend you, but 85% of the time you're not going to be supportive. So don't think you're going to walk and say, hey, I'm about to spend $2,300 on this inventory with this pyramid scheme company, and I want you to be excited. Right? That's what the husbands are hearing. So go ahead and coach them for that. Like, just trust me, honey. I'm gonna do this scared. I'm gonna make our money back. Just trust me this time. You know what I mean? So that's where you get blocked a lot of times. They go talk to the husband and then you never hear from them again. Maybe Todd, you have some advice around that.
No, I think you just hit it spot on. I think that it like I and it goes both ways though. If you go
Oh, you're
back and
right.
listen to the 1970s, the Amway tapes that were being made, they had a golden rule that you never show one spouse without the other one being present because one's always going to be positive, one's always going to be negative. And if you're not there to help with that, the negative one's always going to shut down the positive one. It's just kind of the way the world works. But the main thing I want everybody to get out of what we just talked about is Susan's number 3 in the world, but it's not because everybody she's sewing is receptive. It's because her skill set is really good. And her team is really well trained, and they use 3 ways and they use presentations and they do all that. So let's move now to Amber, who started the same way. Amber made $6,000 her first month. Her mom, Sherill, who we can highlight Sherill and Christina and everybody else we sent you, Sarah. And if I miss somebody, Amber, just tell Sarah who to highlight. But Amber made 6,000 her first month with us, 10,000 her second month. Sherill, her mom, who is 73 years old, she made $10,000 with us the first month. But Amber, talk to us about maybe your fear of putting together your first big event in California, and then let's talk about the success of it all.
Oh, I just wanted butts in the seats for you guys. My fear isn't huge. I have a good community here, but my team was amazing at getting people there as well. They'd been working it. I told them to get butts in the seat. They were out there talking about it. You know, we outgrew the space that we were going to be in and got a really beautiful space at the end of the day. It was amazing. And I don't know. I can't say necessary. It was fearful. It was just more like, I want to make sure that we're successful, right? So we just worked on that. My girls knew that. They knew what I expected, and everybody got guests there. And then the community just kind of pulled together for me. So that was really cool.
So, Christina, do you want to add in? I know that you've gotten going. You signed up to a couple of new reps. And Sherill, if you want to please add it, maybe just unhighlight us all, Sarah. That way everybody can just pop up. You don't have to be searching for everybody. But Sherill, you can go ahead and start, and then we'll go to Christina next. And you just share what you, by the way, Cheryl's 73 and made $10,000 twice a day on social media with us. Amber says she's the best retailer in her whole business. So anything you want to share,
She's
Sherill?
great at retail.
Thank you. So I invited a couple who are very successful already to the event. And I really invited them to support us because they have a second home there locally. And I thought the wife would be the one that would want to sign up with us, but it ended up being the husband because he understands how to make money. So he signed up with a 30-pack, and it's awesome. I can't wait to work with them because they're business minded and know what to do. So it was awesome.
So what was
Great
your
event.
invitation to get somebody that's very successful like that there?
Well, because I knew them before, I just told them to, if it could come and please support our event, I would just love it. And they're that kind of people that are giving. So they came to just sit there and be butts in the seat But as they were listening to everything, I think the bells went off in their head, and so they decided to take the plunge.
And then one of the things that this group did really well is they didn't just do the big event. They had a get together with reps the night before, and then the next day we had a lot of presentations and new people we showed again all day yesterday. So Christina, you were there at the event. You had guests with you. Some signed up. I think one of your new signups is here with us. But y'all share and then talk about yesterday the girl that was the big business owner that y'all got to the winery and got her signed up yesterday.
Yeah, so it was a really fun event. I'm really glad that Amber put it on, and Todd, you were there, and Susan. I would say for anyone who is not feeling motivated to attend one of these events, I left super like supported. Not that I didn't feel supported before, but there's nothing like just being in the room and being able to ask those questions and just being around people who really are like serious about the business and motivating you to help you. The gal that got signed up with the coffee shop, Amber invited her over to come and hang out where we were at, and we're just kind of talking and all collaborating, and Susan helped seal the deal there. So it was really awesome to kind of see it, like firsthand. So I'm really looking forward, like moving forward. I know a lot of people, say sometimes on the IPAs that this is a slow season, but I don't think that there's any reason that there should be a slow season.
And then Susie's kind of a micro Instagram influencer. She sells jewelry on Instagram, and y'all are already making some crazy good Instagram posts with these drops. So Susie, you want to add anything in? And don't forget you got to unmute. Well, I will just tell you that the whole weekend was crazy good, and two or three big takeaways.
I'll
One,
tell
it was-
you that
Go ahead.
I'll tell you that Todd Rowland tried to sell her a 4-pack, and we slapped him down and told him that ain't happening.
That is very
Several
true.
times.
They do not
Several
sell 4-packs in this organization. They don't even put it on the
He started
PowerPoint.
squirming. He literally, and she was going to sign up. I was like, "What are you so stressed out for, Todd?" And he's like, "Well, you can do a 4-pack,
No.
just to start." And I was like, "We were not duplicating a 4-pack in Unstoppable, because everybody's going to ask you, 'Hey, what did you do?' And all they're going to hear is 4-pack. I don't even like that they're going to hear 10-pack, but we can work with it." But it was funny. Todd was literally physically squirming out of his seat.
Yeah, so we're actually about to go
It was
to the
good,
coffee
though.
shop
She's
now.
got